Before we take care of the service process, let's take a look at some of the original data, and I'll show you how you can access new data. We have two approaches to this. The first one is the so-called quick create. Here, you have the possibility to access, for example, accounts and contacts. Let's click on it. A quick create window opens, in which I only have to maintain a few information, namely my first company, with a phone number that I enter accordingly. I can also record a primary contact here, because we'll leave it out for now. I also have the possibility to record a few fields here, which are under the number values, as well as the number of employees and a description here. You can now also see, for example, already with the phone number, as soon as I have filled out the field, I get a higher symbol here. The phone number is supported here. In the fields of amount, an euro symbol is automatically recorded. That means I can fill in everything here. A street is Street 1 in Vienna. Let's do 1010, just to capture data. When I save this data set here with Save and Close, it is stored in the system. And the nice thing about this quick create is, when it is saved accordingly, the system also shows me very briefly, okay, that's here. And I can also display this data set with View Records. If I miss this window here, how do I get to my data set? We also have the possibility to open the main navigation over here with these three Hamburg symbols. And the main navigation has a list of accounts here, or offers me here at Resend. Then also the possibility to reopen the last opened one. We are here, we haven't opened our data set yet. It's not here yet. That means we only have the way left over the accounts, and we already know the behavior. We are here in the custom service workspace. A new tab is opened here, a new session, so to speak. And here is my first company. I can open it accordingly here, then it opens a new session accordingly here again. And I get the information as a full mask. We see here our revenue, the number of employees. Here in the header, I also get the general information. If we want to change this here, we have to do the tool down here first. Then I can change this here again. Up here, they're only redundant. That means you can change it here with this little arrow. On the mask in general, I have a general information here, namely the functionalities, via the so-called buttons that are up here. Here, I can control various actions. What else can we do here? We can now also say here, okay, with this company, I want to place a contact on the primary contact. I can either select it here, or like here, I create a new contact. If I select it accordingly here, it will be linked accordingly here. But that would be an existing one here, for example. But I want to create a new one, for example. I can click on the magnifying glass here. And yes, I can now also search accordingly here. You see, you can also enter the name accordingly here. We don't have any contacts here yet. That means my first way leads here to a new contact. Alternatively, I could of course also start the big search here. And here I only get this one contact displayed accordingly here. But we don't want that. I can now say here, aware, new contact. And here the quick startup opens again, only with the difference. I now already get the linked information simply taken over here. That means if I lie down here now, then these data will be taken over immediately. We have marked all mandatory fields with a red star here. The blue plus are only recommended fields. I can also fill out the information here. I can also overwrite this, which is taken over from the account here, because maybe it's sitting somewhere else, and save it accordingly. What has happened here now? This contact is linked to this company and is displayed accordingly here. That means if I open this data set now, a new tab opens here in the usual way. Then I see the information from the contact here and can simply jump back and forth between these data sets. These are the advantages of the customer service workspace, that no new windows are opened here, but that existing data sets are displayed again and again. That means the system makes my work easier. I can quickly create a company. I can also create a corresponding contact. We could also create the contact up here in the quasi-context empty space. What's the difference? Then these information fields are not filled out. That means I can also create Franz Berger here. I can also select the same company here. We also see here, there's a first company here. Only then, these data such as address, phone number are not automatically filled out. This only happens when I start it from the account. but I can create the same one. As I said, if I start here from the company and say, for example, here again, click on it, new contact. Then the fields are filled out. And when I have these contacts, I can select them accordingly here and say, who is my first contact? Of course, also with speakers and close, also with a mask below, close. And I end up in a session where I'm on the start screen again. That means new contact goes up here accordingly. Alternatively, of course, it would also be that I go to a list here, like the accounts. And I can also say here, create new. That means several ways lead to the goal here. Deal with it. What is the nicer area? Are they the quick contact forms, or do they want to have the full mask right away? Depending on your attitude, what you like. You can work differently here.